Have you ever seen these sculptures made of dripping droplets? Now you have. I thought it would be cool to make a necklace like that, and if it works out, it should be very beautiful. The main tool we will need is a glue gun and something the glue peels off easily from. For this purpose, I will use baking paper. Before I start, I want to test this idea a bit. First, should we wait for the bottom layer of droplets to fully harden before making the top layer? Second, can we make them on a horizontal surface, or is it better to use something closer to vertical to create gravity? Third, I want to use a fishing line as a base to minimize its visibility on the neck, so we need to check if the glue will adhere to it. And lastly, what can we use to color all of this? Because I'm afraid that it can look like a craft project for kindergarten. It takes 2 minutes for the glue gun to heat up, and now we can make the first try. I'm a little concerned that it's emitting smoke, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Obviously, the horizontal surface isn't ideal, since the droplet turns into a small puddle. Plus, you need to keep distance between them, so they don't stick together. The second test showed that the inclined surface is just what we need to make beautiful droplets. Now let's test the fishing line. Okay, good enough. The most puzzling part is what to use for coloring. All the sculptures are coated with epoxy resin, but that doesn't suit me, because I want the material to remain flexible. I'll paint the first 2 pieces with acrylic paint, one of which I will then coat with varnish. Next in line are iridescent glitter, nail polish, some decoupage glue, alcohol inks, ceramic paint, and acrylic inks. I have 4 unused pieces left, so here I simply mixed glitter, glue and ceramic paint. Finally, all the experiments are done, and while they dry, we can start making necklaces. First, I want to make a sketch, for which we will need the circumference of my neck. With this material, I suppose choker would turn out perfectly. And what could be more fitting than creating dripping blood droplets all along the length of the neck? One choker I want to make as a simple white strip, and another one as separate droplets. I can't wait to make the bloody choker, so let's take glue with lots of red glitter first. We will need a small piece. The rest we will color ourselves. Honestly, I don't know what would be best for creating an inclined surface, so I took shoe racks from IKEA and they worked well. I attached our sketch and baking paper. By the way, it doesn't stick with tape, so I used the glue gun for its intended purpose. Then you need to attach the fishing line. Using your fingers is not advisable, so use something else if you ever decide to replicate this. The red color definitely looks very good, but it should have been used last. Now it's unclear how to use it up, so I made a pair of earrings to complete the set. Making small pieces is actually quite easy. All that's left is to make the final choker, and I want to try making standard beads. The problem with beads, even if they're elastic, is that they will turn out flat, but the human rib cage is volumetric. And I've already replaced 2 glue sticks, but the red glitter is still here. I don't understand how to get rid of it. Alright, we can set aside the glue gun because we won't need it anymore and pick up a lighter, but this step can be skipped. Using a lighter makes it very easy to remove all the threads and sharp edges from the glue. However, it's crucial to be careful around the fishing line because it melts from the fire in a second. It's time to look at the results of the coloring experiment. Acrylic paint applies unevenly, but in terms of durability it has proven to be reliable. The varnish definitely made everything worse. It's all crackling. The pearlescent pigment looks fantastic. I washed it, but the color still remained. The pearlescent pigment with varnish was a favor. The nail polish didn't pass the durability test. The same can be said for the ceramic paint and the acrylic inks. The decoupage glue turned out to be number 1 in terms of durability, but it's very inconvenient to apply. And the winner is alcohol inks. It's as if they penetrated inside the glue, so they don't peel off a crack. Coloring is probably the most enjoyable part. I'm looking at the captured frames right now and realizing that I should have only colored the gaps between the droplets purple and left the rest white. Now we need to hang it somewhere. In the end there will be 2 red necklaces and 2 purple ones. Officially, the last step before trying it on is to add findings. We thread the crimp bead cover onto the fishing line. Then we put on the crimp and crimp it. Hide the crimp under the crimp bead cover. Using a jump ring, connect the crimp bead cover to the extension chain or clasp. Repeat the same process on the other side. And admire the result. Earrings I just glued on. I really enjoyed the process, but even more I like the result. I suppose many people would happily wear something like this. However, I feel like nobody would buy it, because a necklace made of glue sounds very cheap. So I have a question. Is there any other material that can be used to do something like this? Because it must be elastic enough. I couldn't come up with anything myself, so if you have any idea, please let me know. Now I think about making a painting by Van Gogh, or a bag, or a Christmas tree decoration using the same technique. I'm really excited about it. Also, I had a chat with a friend, and she said it would be cool if the necklace was transparent, to resemble water droplets. So I plan to create a similar product from resin to make it look like a spider web after rain. Maybe that will be the next video, and I hope you like this one. Bye!